Hey guys, Arizona Gamer here, coming at you with a commentary with Black Ops 2 zombies in the background because of that Black Ops 3 zombies hype that everyone's on. So excited for that game to come out. Hopefully I'll have some beta gameplay when it comes out for you. And I know guys, I haven't uploaded in a while. My last video was the Warhead Challenge, but hopefully you guys did enjoy that. And I do plan, guys, to start uploading a lot more frequently on a daily basis probably, even though school is right around the corner. So we'll see. I have to really focus on my school this year, my last 2 years actually. But regardless, I will try to put out as much content as I can for you guys. But anyway, what I want to talk about today is a day trip that I recently took to Sedona. Now, I went with my sister and some church friends, and we went up to Slide Rock, and we spent the whole day there. Now, overall, it was a pretty fun trip, right? Basically do whatever you do at Slide Rock, go down the rocks and just, you know, swim in the river with all these other people. But a lot of funny, I guess, and for me, maybe not no much. I mean, you guys might find it funny, but I didn't really at the time. A lot of mishaps happened. Like, overall, it was fun, but, you know, a lot of things went wrong. The first thing that went wrong was, well, how do I explain this? So we're at the little spot outside of the actual entrance to Slide Rock because you don't want to pay to get in, so we park on the side of like a highway, and then we hike down this little cliff thing down to like a river that leads into it. Originally, we thought we were gonna stay at this little river part before you go into Slide Rock. I mean, it would have been fine because we were basically all alone. It was a nice little place to swim, but we decided we wanted to go Slide Rock because my sister and I personally never been to the actual Slide Rock, although they had. So they decided that we should go and see it and actually go and you know, go down Slide Rock. So we decided to go and, you know, transport all our stuff like Navy SEALs on top of the water and inner tubes while we're swimming in the water, pushing them across. And we get all our stuff across this little river part that we need to get to, and we start hiking basically, right? And I'm in sandals because I hopped out my shoes when I started swimming and I just had my sandals, so I'm hiking in sandals at this point. So we're walking down the side of the river that leads into Slide Rock, and there's this like group of girls walking by, and it's a thin little like 3-foot wide like thing, like I don't know, next to the river before it dips in, and there's like a side of the like a rock wall that's protruding, right? And you have to like stay real balanced in order not to fall in the water. And I was trying to act all cool in front of these girls and walking like decently fast along the side of it around them, and then one foot just slips in the water, and you can guess basically what happens after that. So they're all looking at me. I'm just one leg above the water right now, kind of, you know, unbalanced weight because I have a backpack. Not a backpack, I just have a floaty or whatever you want to call it. It's like a little foam board in one hand and my shoes in the other, which I definitely didn't want to get my shoes wet, but I didn't think about it at the time. But anyway, I'm like standing with one foot in the water, one foot out, trying to get out of the water, but the rocks on the side are so smooth, and they have like, I don't know, it's like this gel substance on all the rocks there, and they're so slippery. There's no friction. There's no way you get up other than a nice part that's kind of stepped, then you can get out of. So I got one foot in there. Everyone's looking at me. A guy with his daughter walks by. He's like, "Uh-oh." That's literally what he said. He just said, "Uh-oh." And I was like, "Yep." Trying to play it cool. Just, you know, I went, "Yep, think I'm gonna have to take the dive." I still didn't want to, so I acted like, well, I didn't act like. I was trying to get out the water, and then my foot completely slips off the rock, and I go in with my shoes and everything. So I get my shoes wet that I didn't want to get wet because I was going to wear them back home after we're done at Slide Rock. So the whole day my shoes were wet, and I don't even know if they're dry yet. They should be, but I mean, I only left them out in the sun for a little bit and they still weren't dry, and they've been inside the whole time since I've gotten home. But anyway, that was the first mishap. Second mishap is when we actually got to Slide Rock, where we like it was there's a little slide before the actual big Slide Rock. Before we get there, I try to cross the river because we're trying to get to a spot to put all our stuff at. I try to cross the river in my sandals, and like I said, every single rock in the water and around the water is slippery as hell. There is no way you're gonna get any traction on it, and I had to fall. Me and my friends fell at least 50 times that day. It was ridiculous, but nonetheless fun. But while I'm crossing this river, right now, the current it's pretty strong, and it's all going downhill. So it sweeps my feet. I fall in, and at this point, I have my backpack on because they gave it to me to hike the rest of the way after I fell in the water. I fall in with my backpack and my shoes, and the socks are inside the shoes. Now, the bottom of my backpack got slightly wet, but I actually lose a shoe. I only held on to one, another one started going. Luckily, my friend caught the shoe, and well, one of my socks escaped and started going downstream with the river, and I was chasing it the whole time because it's a perfectly good sock, man. Why are you gonna waste a good sock, right? So I'm chasing it, forgetting my backpack's on my back. Everyone's yelling at me. They're like, "We got the shoe! We got the shoe! Come back! What are you doing?" And I actually didn't hear them, but I'm assuming that's basically what they said. I did hear them say, "We got the shoe," but that's it. But I hear them yell at me, and I'm like, it's not that big deal. I'm just chasing my sock. And I'm slipping, like, all the time, chasing it throughout the way. And I just completely lose the sock. It just goes too fast downstream, and I'm slipping. I don't catch the sock. And I stop, and I'm kneeling in the water, right? And I'm like, oh my god, my backpack. It has my phone, my extra battery, all my backup dry clothes and towels. It has all that. Luckily, only the bottom of the backpack got wet, and like none of my clothes or towels or anything got wet. My phone was fine. But that could have been much worse. But that's the second thing that went wrong, losing a sock. So, 1, dunking my shoes completely underwater, wet the rest of the day. 2, I lose a sock. So, no way I was going to wear shoes back home at all. 3, I guess it was a combination throughout the whole day of how many times I stubbed my damn toes. Like, honestly, I'm surprised I didn't come home with like 3 broken toes, because I stubbed it so many times, man. I'm surprised my toes aren't purple, to be honest with you. I did chip a toenail, which is gross, man, but oh man, I mean, I know I sound like I'm complaining a lot, but Sedona's actually a pretty beautiful place, and it was pretty fun hanging out with my friends overall. I only took 1 picture the whole time, and I'll put it up right now. I hope I have skills good enough editing with that. My editing skills are awful. Anyway, so yeah, I stubbed my toe about 1 billion times throughout the day, and it's absolutely painful. Jam my fingers a few times. But third big thing that goes wrong. So it's my 3rd time going down the actual big slide. And let me tell you, when I think of Slide Rock before I actually went there, I don't know why I had the hugest expectations of it. Like, even my friend, as he got out the car, he's like, "What are you expecting?" I was like, "I don't know. I mean, is it fun?" He's like, "I'm just gonna tell you not to get your expectations too high. All right, keep them kind of low." And he was right. All the time when I heard people talking about Slide Rock, I was thinking like it was a giant like section of like a mountain or a hill you slide down into a lake, and it's completely smooth and crap. And I don't know, I just thought it was this huge giant slide made out of like a rock or the side of a hill or something, that like a little natural waterfall made or something. I don't know why I had the hugest expectations of it ever, but yeah, that's what I thought. But nah, it's just in the river, and it's like a dip down that's actually like a little slide. I mean, it's still pretty cool, don't get me wrong, you know. But yeah, it's that. And I go down for like my 3rd time, and there's this giant rock sticking out, right? And if you hit it just right while you're going down the slide, you scrape your back so bad. And that's what I did. I scraped it all across my back going down the slide. And yep, there's the 3rd thing that went wrong. That hurt. And actually, I just thought of another thing that was kind of funny that I'll tell you right now. So I think 4th or 5th time before we decided to go completely down the river, 4th or 5th time, there's this lady, right? She's like I swear, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. She was like 300 pounds, right? She was pretty fat. And she's trying to climb back up the slide while there's a big guy in front of me who's weighing probably about the same amount as her or something, right? Two pretty big people. This lady's trying to climb up the slide for something. Like, honestly, the water's pushing her down at the same time. I don't know what she expected to do. Honestly, it was really kind of stupid of her. But the guy, he manages to stop himself somehow, and he's like just sitting like right in front of her, and she's still trying to stand there or whatever, and I'm coming down full speed and just knock them both over like bowling pins, and all three of us go down, and that was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, that didn't necessarily, it's not something that went wrong, it's just something that happened. It's pretty funny. But anyway, fourth thing that went wrong, I'm tubing down the rest of the river to like go to the end place where we decided to stop and pack it up and go back. So there's like one little waterfall, and then it goes for a little bit, and then another little waterfall down to a lower part of the river. And the first part of the river that goes down into a waterfall thing, it's very short, but I mean, it's decent sized drop. I was in the inner tube, just facing forward in the middle of it, with just my arms and my head over. I go flying face down the waterfall. I wanted to do it, but I didn't expect there to be rocks there. I thought it was going to be straight river. So I'm tubing down, right, I'm tubing down the whatever you want to call it, the river, and this family's just staring at me. I'm like, why are these people staring at me? This is kind of weird. And it's like a whole family that's just camped out with chairs and everything, just staring at me. I'm like, why are these people looking at me for? It's kind of weird, right? And so they just watch me go all the way down, and there's like an extra little dip part that you can go faster in this waterfall. And I hit it, and I'm going fast. I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. And they all just start yelling, yeah, no. And I don't know what the hell they're yelling about. It scared the absolute crap out of me. And then I see it. There's a bunch of rocks below me. And they're pretty decent sized rocks. But luckily I was going so fast it flew me over about halfway, and only like my thighs hit the rocks. And it didn't even hurt that bad. And so I popped back out the water, and they're all just staring at me, expecting me to like scream or something. I could tell they expected me to be hurt. But you know me. I mean, you saw me in the Warhead Challenge, guys. I'm a pretty manly looking man, you know, so that didn't hurt me at all. But yeah, that was about the fourth thing. I don't even know what number I'm at, guys. I'll be honest here. Next thing that went wrong, I think number 5, and probably the final thing. All right, sorry guys, I think I'm gonna have to cut that part. You know, my little sister had to start screaming and stomping around. But anyway, I think it was that 5th thing that went wrong. So I'm going down like the second waterfall part. I get past it fine because now I'm expecting, you know, what's coming. And I almost get stuck in between rocks, right? So it goes down into an even like another waterfall, but it's not exactly a waterfall. They're like a bunch of rocks that stream through and go into like it's almost not another river, but it leads into like a bigger part of the river that's actually a river, right? And it's just a bunch of rocks. And I almost get stuck in the rocks, right? This current water flow, whatever you're gonna call it, was so powerful. I almost got stuck in a rock, right? And I almost broke my foot. And I was honestly stuck in between rocks for like 30 seconds. And I couldn't hardly move because I had the inner tube around me still, and I thought I could wade through it or whatever. But yeah, that's not how that worked out at all. So yeah, that's about the 5th thing that went wrong. 6th thing that went wrong, I almost actually died, guys. I know your favorite YouTuber of all time, the one you always have to watch his videos, guys. I almost died, alright? You guys don't understand this. So my friend, he climbs up on these rocks and goes around a ridge where people are he's watching people jump off of a higher ridge. He ends up jumping off the ridge himself, the shorter ridge. And I just follow him because I just want to get across and see what's going on. Just watch. I thought I was gonna jump down. I already jumped down from a ridge once into water, so I was like, I'm fine. I don't really want to do it again. So I'm trying to go around, and it's like literally you have to be a rock climber to get around. I'm surprised I didn't die. I actually got this like so scared. I was like, oh God, please, please, please don't let me die, God. That's literally what I was thinking in my mind the whole time. But yeah, you have to. It's just a barely big enough ridge to stick your feet in, and go around, and then it's like a round sticking out rock that you have to hug the whole time. And I start losing my balance and I almost fall. I just force myself up against the rock, hug it, and then there's a little protruding piece of like sharp rock that there is. I just grab it and hold on to it for dear life and just pull myself around the whole time to to get around and get on the ridge where he was. So he almost killed me, following him. So that was one thing. And I guess, I don't even know what number I'm at, guys, but I guess another little thing that went wrong, other than all those, things, is I was wearing white shorts the whole day. Yeah, I didn't want to wear those shorts, but I didn't have anywhere to change, so I had to wear those shorts. And all day got black and dirt marks on it, so hopefully that'll come out. But anyways, nonetheless, guys, it was a pretty enjoyable day trip. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you stay tuned for the next one. If you're new, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.